girl. Tail is wagging. Good place, Anar.
Did you want us to take a seat?
Yeah, go ahead and just sit here. Good place. I know this is going to be the hardest one we've done all day. Wait. This is my favorite part, but also the hardest part usually. I know. Works through it. Works through it. So I just want her to just tap into calm just a little bit, and then basically you guys are her treat today. And with reactive dogs, they're used to just being fast and crazy and getting what they want. So a lot of her rehab process is teaching her being calm gets me what I want, and that's going to help with a lot of things. It's harder for usually the humans, because I know inside I'm dying. I just want to love on my dog. But once they just start getting that association, it's a lot like the Pavlov's bell. He would ring the bell, the dogs would come, they know food was coming. We're doing the same thing with your guys' affection and love. So even this is so great. We're just gonna wait for a little bit more. So she's still got the nervous tail wag, panting a little bit. Well, if we get a yawn, I'm gonna let her just body you guys. So just get ready for some love. And you'll see, like, just very gentle with the leash right now. I'm just kind of giving her some guidance of just not to move off the placement. I know, all the things. She gets almost this excited with me now. We're attached a little bit. She loves everyone, but when she sees me, she's a little bit more like, hi! I'm like, I'm her training mother. I know, little temper tantrums. We're like a 5-year-old in the grocery store. I know, that's always the hardest. Good. Very good. Very nice.
Trying very hard not to look at her.
So I don't expect her to eat the treats right now because she's all hypey. If she does though, that's good. Good. I like that. That's good.
That is really good.
Oh,
Yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, careful,
Goodness,
child.
I missed you.
Careful, child. Careful, child. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We're not a little 8-month-old puppy anymore, are we? Oh, there we go. That's good. And I'm going to click for the calmer love. Good. Okay, ma'am. Okay. I know. I told you they were coming back. And how great is it that she's not turning on me, right? We're just all connected. How amazing is this? She's normally, she would, a lot of dogs.
That is fast to calm down. But she'll usually still be jumping around.
Good. Oh,
That was fast.
good. Well, I have to say she's wicked smart, you guys. Like,
Yeah.
we have that on our side, which we don't. I work with some dumb dogs. I'm not gonna lie. I love them. There's just not a lot going on, or they've just done it for so long, you know.
The problem is that she's smarter than us most of the time, and she trains us to do what she
And
wants.
that's generally how I got myself here. Was like trying to figure out how this big dog was literally ruining my life, you know. And I started at 17, luckily, and I've just had a lot of practice in it. All right, in our place, good girl. All right, we're gonna practice again. So I'm gonna let her find her calm again, and we're gonna do the same thing a couple times. It should be a little bit not as crazy each time, but kind of the same thing. We're gonna go over a few things that we've been learning, and then Amy's gonna be bringing some dogs in and out of the boarding house. So at the very end, we'll walk her over and we'll kind of see what her reaction is. A couple of the dogs I've not paired her with outside. She's only seen them inside the bunkhouse, so she might bark at them. But I want to go through all the things, so we'll just see how it goes. If it's great, it's great. If it's messy, then we're learning how to work through the messiness. The great thing is I'm going to start retraining the muzzle with a muzzle that's a little bit softer when it hits somebody. Essentially, it's a plastic muzzle that still completely covers everything, but the plastic is just so soft that even when it hits you, it just doesn't hurt you as much. So I'm going to get her trained with that one over the next couple weeks so I can really just push dog socialization, because I just really want to throw her in the yard. She's like half and half. Like the Pyrenees, she really wanted to play with him, but there was something about his size that did just kind of put her off a little bit, and she would turn and do a couple reactions, and he just wasn't wanting to play with her because of it. So I just was like, okay, well, what? But like Sugar and like the Weimaraners, like she honestly just wants to play with them. And there was no crankiness in the body. There was no like feeling defensiveness. There's a few moments where she would just tap out because she didn't know what to do with it, but that's amazing, you know? So she is one of those dogs where there might be certain dogs where she still just reads wrong, and that's fine. I still don't get along with all humans. There's only certain humans I want to hug and love on, you know what I mean? She's probably going to be that same dog. But the good thing is now that she has this place here, we can socialize her over a year without you guys feeling like you need to just go throw her in a yard with some dogs immediately. But we'll also be able to start seeing what the signals are for her of how she's comfortable with a dog. And when she meets a dog, it's pretty quick when her hackles go up and she's intense about it. With Sugar, she's literally never once had one thing about it. And maybe Sugar looks like her mom. I don't know. You know, there's a high possibility. And Sugar kind of just doesn't put any dog off for some reason. Like Sugar kind of gets tested a lot,
Sugar's
and
adorable.
I throw her in a lot of situations that probably Sugar shouldn't be in. But she always does great, and the dogs always listen to her really well. And she doesn't have a mean bone in her body, but she'll do like the mama corrections where she's like, "Hey, stop," you know. Good girl. Okay, great. Yeah, this is gonna be
Get that. Get that.
great as this. Huh? I told you they were coming to see you.
Very good girl, mommy. Very good girl, sweetie.
Covered in her hair. I didn't really get her ears this morning. We did like a little bit right before she came out. They're pretty clean, but she every couple days just needs a real good deep cleaning of the ears. We clean them every day, but like I maybe like every other day I really just go and relay her down and get through all of them. Hi, look at you.
Good girl.
I love me. I love that. This is so great. And she is a dog who I really just think has just learned that something worked for her, and she just got so stuck in that thing. And for you guys had a pattern of walking her a certain way, all these things. I also noticed the first couple days, every time I would put the leash pressure on, she would feel like she needed to react. So she just almost like kind of made the association with like being on the leash and having these big moments. So now the leash pressure is turning into a little bit more of a, she gets a click and a reward, good girl, and she's starting to reframe what that pressure even means for her. And that's changing a lot when we're walking by any dogs. We're not having any reactions in the bunkhouse to any dogs anymore. She doesn't, it doesn't matter what dog comes in. Even if we've had dogs come in, react at her, and her just look at them like, what was that? You know? And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh girl, that's really good. Yes. You get in your mama's love, huh? Yes. I'm so happy
We
today. I
miss
told
you at
you.
home.
Nice. I'm so glad she's taking treats because when she's a little bit like too nervous or feeling her feelings, you can tell. And that's the way I like to, good place. That's the way I like to gauge it with a lot of dogs like hers. If you guys are out in an area and there is a lot going on, if you present treats and she's not taking them, then we know like she's gonna need to do place or something else to get her tapped into that calm brain because she's just not there yet. A lot of what we'll be doing also is like when she's coming out of the car, that's gonna be a new threshold for her. She's gonna have to practice waiting, being calm in the car before getting let out. So a lot of the times with dogs like this, I go to the vet 20, 30 minutes early. Sometimes I always make my appointments knowing that I'm gonna get there 30 minutes early. And I'm